Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation Octopussy. We're up to turn 10. It's January of 1941, 10.8 KMT and 10.9 United States. Let's get into the KMT. They have $6 to spend. They're going to spend all of it on 2 cavalry, and we do actually have some movement. So over here in Yunnan, this entire force minus the 4 militia that have to stay behind are going to move 1 to Quichao. I just knocked over that CCP infantry. So that is it. Unit placement, we're going to put the 2 cavalry there in Quichao. So now in Quichao, we've got 2 militia, 2 cavalry, 2 AAA, 1 artillery, and 18 infantry. And then we got the 4 militia left behind in Yunnan. Income, they spent everything, and we have a whole 1 IPP worth of income, so we'll have $1 next turn for the KMT. On to the United States. So we got our 7 tech rolls. So we're going to go for advanced artillery, stage 1, 7 or higher. Improved factories, not on the board, 7 or higher. Improved construction, stage 2, 7 or higher. Jet stage 3, 8 or higher. Long-range aircraft stage 2, 8 or higher. Large ship stage 3, 8 or higher. And rocket stage 1, 9 or higher. So let's see what we got. Excuse me. Artillery at a 7. A 6 we miss. Factories at a 7. A 3 we miss. Improved construction at a 7. An 8 we succeed. Oh, we might as well flip these over. We missed these ones. Jets at an 8. An 11 we succeed. Long range at an 8. A 10 we succeed. Large ship at an 8. A 2 we miss. And rockets at a 9. 7, so we got 3. So we got what? Improved construction, jets, and long range. So we do improved construction, jets we finish, and long range. So 3 out of 4. Oh well. Okay, so that I didn't lay out my entire buy because I wasn't sure what we were going to hit. Okay, so the United States, $73 to spend. We're going to do a minor port in Sardinia for 3. We're going to upgrade the minor port in Portugal for 4. That's 7. We're going to finish the air base. Yeah, I guess we'll finish the air base in Midway for 3. So that's 10. A minor factory in Sardinia for 8. That's 18. An attack transport for 7 is 25. Militia upgrade for 2 is 27. Finish the fleet carrier that was at stage 2 for 5. That's 32. Lend-Lease the British fighter for 10. That's 42. Lend-Lease the French 2 IPP so they can upgrade a militia. That's 44. So that gives us 44. That gives us what? 29. Okay, we're going to buy a jet for 12. So that gives us 17. I don't know. We're going to buy another attack transport for 7. That leaves us $10. There's my attack transports. We're going to advance one of the fleet carriers for stage 3 to 2 for 5. That leaves us $5. And we'll do a militia. A militia upgrade, I guess. So I'm just going to get an infantry sculpt out because the militia is already there. Okay, so I guess that's it. Okay, combat, I think we have just 2, and they're all over here in the Atlantic. So this seaplane is going to come out. It's at a seaplane base, so it can move 2. It's going to go 1, 2, attack those subs there, an A-37. And then over here in the Med, one of these naval transports here in M2 is going to pick up the Marine and one of the 3 infantry off of Sardinia and drop them off on Sicily. It's right in the same sea zone, so they don't have to move. It's not worth anything, but we'll take that from the Italians. And those are our 2 combats. Okay, so over here, we need a 3 or less to hit with the seaplane. On 8, of course, we miss. Okay, so seaplane will fly back to the Carolines. And that is it for combat. Non-combat. Here in A-39, these 2 coastal subs will move up 1 to A-35. Here in A-25, we're going to have 2 destroyers, attack transport, and a regular transport come out of port. The transports are going to pick up 2 Marines and 1 medium armor from New York. And these ships at a major base are going to go 1, 2, 3 into A-35, drop the medium armor and the 2 Marines in Portugal. So move these ships over there. We got 2 Strat bombers at an air base in New York. I believe they can go 7. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and land on Sardinia. This light carrier with a tactical bomber is going to move 1 into M2. And I think that's it over on the Atlantic side. Okay, over here in the Pacific, I was thinking about attacking Hambone's fleet here. Yeah, that was a good attack on his part. I did not see that all those units could reach there in P-47. I miscalculated. If I realized all those units could reach, I would have only sent like 1 ship down with the transport, knowing I was going to lose it anyways instead of sacrificing those other 3 ships. So good job on his part. So definitely thinking about coming down here 1, 2, 3 and wiping out those units. But in order to do it, I'd probably lose both my aircraft carriers soaking up casualties. Plus, I would have to send the destroyer over here somewhere to try to block those battleships, and then the destroyer's gone. And even then, he could still reach with a bunch of stuff. So, rather than basically have my entire fleet wiped out in 2 turns, or at least severely degraded, we're just going to go ahead and do a little retreat action. So, here in P-22, we've got 2 regular transports that are going to go in port. That's a major port there in Midway. Also, the 1 damaged carrier is going to go in port. I believe it can still be repaired in that case. Then these 2 coastal subs are going to move up 1 to P-22. And then the rest of this fleet is going to go 1, 2, 3. Again, we're at a major base. So that's an empty fleet carrier, 4 battleships, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and a destroyer. And then also, I guess, when Hambone damaged the fleet carrier that had the tactical and the fighter on it, I guess he said there's only a movement of 2 left for the plane, so they're just going to land on Midway there. So they're going to go to Midway. And I think that is it here in the Pacific. Okay, so on to unit placement. So we've got an air base we completed in or on Midway. So put that over there. Then we've got a fleet carrier we completed, which we're going to put in San Francisco, off of San Francisco. We got two attack transports. One we're going to put off of San Francisco. We got a militia upgrade, which is going to be on Midway. So I'll add an infantry to that card. And then everything else I think is on the other side. Okay, so we've got a minor factory for Sardinia. We got a minor port for Sardinia. We went ahead and upgraded this minor port in Portugal to a major. And then we've got an attack transport we're putting at this minor shipyard in Portugal. We've got a militia upgrade, which is this militia here in Portugal. And then we've got a jet, which we're going to put at the minor factory there in Portugal. The Lend-Lease, the $2 to the French. That's pretty easy. And then the fighter, the British fighter, Boston Bruce wanted this in London. So again, it can leave New York. Nothing to stop it making its way over to London. That's, I believe, his 4th fighter now in London. So that should be it for the United States. Income, we're still sitting at 65. We spent everything, I believe, did we? I think we did. I can't remember, honestly. I'll have to double check, but I think I spent everything. If not, we'll adjust it. But 65 plus the 12 for all my territories, that's $77 for next turn. Quick unit recap. New York has 2 militia. There's a seaplane in the Carolines. In C-Zone A35, we've got 2 coastal subs, 2 attack transports, 1 regular transport, 2 destroyers. Portugal has a major factory, or a minor factory, a major port, 1 infantry, 2 marines, 1 medium armor, 1 light armor, 1 artillery, 1 jet. M2 has 2 destroyers, 2 regular transports, a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, a light carrier with a tactical. There's a marine and an infantry on Sicily. Sardinia has a minor port, a minor factory, 2 U.S. infantry, 2 heavy strat bombers, a French fighter, 2 British infantry, and a British mountain infantry. And over in the Pacific, in port in P-22 is a damaged fleet carrier and 2 naval transports. There's also 2 coastal subs in that sea zone. On Midway itself, we've got a marine, a militia, 4 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 tactical bomber, 1 medium bomber. There's also now a major port and an airfield. And in sea zone P-25, do we want to put them in port? I mean, Hambone could come over, but I doubt he's, well, no, can he even reach 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can't reach. Plus, if he wants to come up for me, he can. So these guys aren't going to be in port. So we've got 2 empty fleet carriers, 4 battleships, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, a destroyer, and an attack transport. So that should be it for the U.S. KMT. Turning things over now to Global War 36 Enthusiast and the Germans.